make it back. Just 20 seconds. All right. Hey, all. Cut on some lights, open some windows, get the party started. That used to be brighter. I may have drowned that light with all the crap I put in front of it. Light, no. Like a vampire in here. Ooh. Crack them shades, baby. Good morning, all. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope today is going to be promising for you. Finally get to sit down. Had another one of my civil rights dreams. And by that, I mean, I think civil rights is dead and dying. I don't think any of these young, urban, country, Black people actually care about it anymore. And I think the people who do care about it are trying to get elected to shit. My man Ted was live an hour ago. Oh my God. He is not playing around. I've got an alarm going off in the other room. It's the phone that I put there yesterday. Boy, here's another thing about living in, quite frankly, a box. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. All right. I need this. Find it weird how a lot of houses don't have central light, like in the ceiling. Everything has to be lit by like a lamp, and except for the kitchen. The kitchen has a light. The bathrooms have a light. But that's it. The kitchens have a light. The bathrooms have a light because you can't plug things. I guess no lamps are ever in a kitchen or a bathroom. But yeah, sometimes it'd be nice to have a fucking light right in the middle of your room. Be able to swap out, put a ceiling fan in it. But I guess that's not for here. All right, that's fine. Yeah, so I had a civil rights dream. And it was essentially that no one cared, which is I think what the problem is. So now I know you want to claim civil rights and all this stuff, but then you just really want to do that so you can get elected to office. I should do this on another show. The NAACP is a quite frankly a shot organization. It only just wants you to vote Democrat. So they'll sit there when I talk like this, they'll go, "How dare you? Our history said," and they'll start throwing their history in your face and all the people who died to get you stuff, and then have you feel bad about you not believing in them. But those people talking to you about all this gaslighting aren't the people who risked everything. They're not risking shit for you. They're just trying to keep it moving on the honorable history of what people did before, and now they just sold it out to the Clintons. How is this not the one activated? What is going on here? All right, that's fine. That's fine. I have two HAPS things open. One is streaming, and one is telling me that I have a stream running. Okay, I guess that's cool. We'll do it this way from now on. Oh wow, me even looking at that made problems. Oh boy. We still have to check on these other streams to make sure we're hitting all our marks, and then we're going to get into it. I think. Oh, that's not good. I think. Let's check the stream. Where's the stream at? Yeah. Okay, that's a 1, and this is 2. Ooh, is this 2? Come on, man. Yep, I'm streaming on both. All right, so let's cut this down before all heck breaks loose. And we're back. All right, so what are we doing today? I honestly don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm familiar. I should be doing more reading, but I don't really know a way to read online, right? Everything is everything's everything is everything. Everything is everyone's. Everything is someone's rights, right? So if I had a great passage or something I wanted to read to you, I don't even know I could get that. So I have to do some homework into what can be read on stream and what cannot. What can be shown on stream and what cannot. I know a lot of stuff can't be said on stream, which is why I don't have a lot of guests, because people say, well, I'll tell you the story. I got never had any strikes, got 2 strikes because I was on Haps and people said wild shit. So, or what they can say wild shit. One was a discussion about vaccination, what we here in the hinterland thought about it. And apparently you can't think about it. You can't have your own opinion about it without getting a strike. So you better watch what you say in the world, because now you can't say shit. Yeah, you gave up a lot to what? For cable TV? Fucking people are idiots. Once you lose it, it's almost impossible to fucking get back without guns and violence. Yeah. I'm sure everybody's official documents look lovely, except for the southern states who all say we're going to do this because of racism, right? But I'm sure the North Korean document looks good. I'm sure the fucking Russian document, the Chinese document looks lovely on paper. But then, like all things, you know, conmen and bullshit artists and criminals go into office. This is what you got. It's 7. We are true summer. We are tired because it's 7 a.m. But I gotta tell you, I've been up since about 5. And now I'm sort of dreading, is this still ice or is this just water? Ooh, this is still ice. Yeah, they'll stay there good and cold for like 3 days. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, you know, come on, I have a black centric philosophy because I'm a black American, right? I'm not gonna have any other centric philosophy. When my philosophy isn't black centric, it's American centric. Black centric, male centric, American centric. It's sort of like the pools I swim in, right? It's kind of like that. I think there are so many weirdly broken people who now, and only in America can you do this, insist that somebody humors your bullshit. And I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired. I'm not humoring your bullshit. You know, and for any manner of engagements you want to get into, knock yourself out, right? I used to say this back in the day about women. When women hit men, like, don't hit anybody. You can't expect the guy you hit not to hit you back, right? There are no 100% in nature, in life, in the world, right? Well, maybe 100% death, but even by that, all right? Some people have never been found. You don't know if they did. Just being salty with you. But seriously, like, there are no 100%. There's no 100% batting average. There's no 100%. I'm going out and I'm going to hunt and bring back this thing that I'm looking for every single time, right? So mothers teach their sons not to hit girls, but some mothers don't. And I was taught, you know, don't let anybody hit you. Don't let a girl hit you. Don't beat them up, but don't, like. But what happens here is when a woman hits you and you push her back, all of a sudden all these guys around you become these noble citizens for women, which is bullshit. We had a guy who just stepped into someone else's business, beat this guy up, right? Hitting a woman. Like, she smacked him, he shoved her. Well, don't hit no woman. Got all into it with this guy, got into a fight, got an arrest charge and all this shit for inserting himself in some other couple's shit that he didn't even know. So yeah, good for you, idiot. Right? It's one thing to go, oh, whoa, man, whoa, take it easy, and like maybe break it up. But how you gonna get in and you don't know anything about this woman, And look, like I said, as on the show, a former cop, women play guys like this all the time. They'll yell rape, and then like you'll grab him and she'll take off because she has his wallet. You go, hey, give me my wallet, right? A lot of sex workers like drug the guy, get the guy, but now sometimes they know they're being robbed, and all of a sudden it's so all these kind of sinister things. I was taught in the police academy, search everybody, and then I had this woman who, I'm not gonna let a man search me, threw her ass up against the wall by her hair, kicked her feet out, so her chest was like, her feet were back here, and she got searched because you know why? I was told a woman can kill you just as dead as a man, so you search everybody. And I was like, huh. So a lot of that chivalry, don't do stuff to women. Once you get into this line of work, all that goes right out the window. All of it right out of the window. But it is what it is, right? You want respect. But this is what I find. That is a nice Jeep. Whew. This is what I find. I find most people want respect, but don't want to give anybody respect. They want to be treated like kings and queens, where you have to, no, be nice to people. Stop being an asshole, right? And don't let anybody be an asshole to you. But just because they're an asshole, you don't mean you have to throw rocks or punch them. You can just be like, that guy's not serious, and go about your day. Go see your lovely wife, your beautiful kids, your homies, your friends, instead of everything is just some bitchy cat fight with these men. And I think it's because a lot of them for the last 40 years have been raised by women. Don't really have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Guy role models, not just like guys around them, quite frankly. Guys around them. So it is what it is. They care about shopping and their hair. Seems funny, right? But if you look around, when I grew up, we cared about, I was taught to care about civil rights, but quite frankly, when I was growing up, a lot of people didn't care about it either. Did not care about it at all. And then rap came along, and rap was all about, first it was all about social us, like unity. It was cultural music, and then it became about disco party music. Then it became about murder for some reason, and now it's about calling everybody nigger. So there's your rap music. Who makes it? Listen to whoever you know, and you can hear their philosophy in it. This is sort of a musical show, right? So you can hear their philosophy. Every now and then you get one really good one, like what's that song? Although I am black and proud, mama. What's the name of this song? By Arrested Development. I almost spilled the coffee. See, this is why the coffee shouldn't be over there. Tennessee, take me to another place, right? But every other song, for every one of those, there's 1,000. Nigger, I got a giant Benz. Nigger, I got a gun. What is it? I got all the women, but these bitches just want my money. It's just all this negative, I hate you, black person from a black person. Like I always say, if the Klan made this music, you would have a problem with it. With the same lyrics, you would have a problem with it. But all of a sudden you don't, because someone tells you, this is the streets that I grew up on, which is bullshit. I grew up on those same streets. That was not the protocol. You sold people out to get there, and you're selling people out to stay there. And you're telling people who never met any black people this kind of bullshit about us. So yeah, I can't wait for the whole thing to even out, because some of these people, I absolutely want to see their heads on a stick. It's death to traitors, right? That's the philosophy for me. Death to traitors. This guy living in England who took all that stuff and skipped out on us, he sold 345 million Americans out with that bullshit move with his prostitute girlfriend. And he's showing up on TV because the news is not real. They're full of shit. They're always trying to push a narrative, right? Look at Michael Avenatti. Michael Avenatti just got like jail time for, first he got like 3 years, which is bullshit. Apparently he stole $3 million and got 3 years. $4 million and got 3 years. That's totally worth it. That's totally worth it. But having the money, I don't know. But you steal $50 and watch how many years you get in this corrupt place. So yeah, our allies claim to be allies, but like I say, do they walk into voting booths and vote for us, or do they say shit out in public in the light? I mean, way to go out on a limb. I'm not for racism. Ooh, way to go out on a limb in 2021. You're brave. What else you got? You're not for spanking children, which may be, some kids need to be spanked. They're wilder children, right? And they'll grow up to be wilder adults. So while they're children, you need to point in the proper direction, right? Because I'm sure I've heard this from mothers, right? That their kids were all different, right? The boys are different from the girls, you hear, but then you also hear, "Ooh, this son was a sweetheart, but this son was a terror," right? So kids have different, and then you have to raise them differently. Even in the same house, you have to raise them differently. Uh, yeah, I don't think me and my brothers were crazy. I have a career military brother, a preacher brother, and me, the cop brother. So I don't think we were crazy. I did do sort of illegal shit though. I did sneak into yards and do graffiti, sneak into the playground and do. I got chased by the cops a couple of times. My man Busy gave me the heads up. Yeah, and that everybody thought that was stupid back then, and it probably was, but it was a thing to show, you know. I mean, it's a way to rebel. I mean, all children rebel. Yeah, they've had how old? I guess what 14, 15 years of doing exactly what you told them, and it's how they stretch their legs and they rebel. And some rebel in horrible ways, like drugs and heroin. Right? That ends you. Now you've got a 30-year fight to get off of your teenage rebellion. But normally it's and some people are just idiots. They get into crime. Then you got 30 years to think about it in jail. Uh, yeah, graffiti. And graffiti was something that I was connected to, right? It was art. So I was kind of doing art. So yeah, that was in my head. But all the other rebellions of the drug dealing and all the I don't think that was so much rebelling as that was, ooh, easy money. We're never gonna get caught. All kind of bad things happen. You know, a guy who lost some of the money, they pulled his teeth out with pliers. I was like, yeah, this fucking arena is not for me. No thing. I was dead broke. I think my fly come out like in the cartoons. And I hate to say it, if you're broke, women don't want to talk to you for all that love talk, ladies. I'm sure there are some of you in there, but a larger, not category, but a larger. What's the man? My English is just shot. Is this idea that you're not broke, you're not going to leave me broke. Plus, in the age of his money is your money, right? Now it's definitely you better have money. And now the men are like, yeah, I don't want a wife on woman. I just want this woman for an hour. So you watch, in a few years, prostitution is going to be legal, and all this shit is going to throw all these women and their weird pension planning into like disarray. Because then you can just go down to the brothel, handle whatever, and then not have to worry about kids or marriage or a woman. And the women here are having kids, not worrying about the husbands, right, or the men or the future of those sons, the kind of men they become. So why not? Let's really just put a dagger in this society. Let's really just murder it off, and then it can be like Blade Runner, right? Everybody can be, well, not Blade Runner. But yeah, I am for people and connection, because I mean that's the only way people, you want a good connection with people. All this usury, which is America was founded on, quite frankly, using people is still in the system. And now they let people from foreign lands come here and use you. So yeah, I don't see how any of these people should be fucking in charge. Don't be so arrogant to think that the next American Revolution will be as tame as the last American Revolution, where all these people died. Ugh. But we Americans do things differently. For all I know, there'll be a great die-off from COVID-3 or whatever, and then you got to get, you get all these people out, and once you get all these people out, all their connections are gone, right? So all these companies' inroads to power are severed, and then they have to scramble to get new people, and then you have to scramble to get new people in, and then hold them accountable for the evils that they've been doing for 50 fucking years. And that's just since the 70s and the water. So I got to shave. So yeah, whoo-wee. This is how I wake up, burning like this. I always have dreams like this. I never have a nice dream with me and a girl in a lovely sundress sitting in the grass, drinking wine or talking about what a great day. If it starts that way, it's going to end with like police action or freaking 9/11 is going to slip in there somehow. Alrighty then. So I am True S Armor on YouTube, and I'm True Armor here on Haps, and I'm Karma Armor on Twitch. Please like and subscribe to any of those. I hope all of those. We're here every day, every single day, talking about music, trying to teach ourselves guitar, playing music, trying to teach ourselves music via playing guitar. Yeah, we get in a little bit before we all go off to work to keep music in our heart. Man, I am pudging out horrendously. We have to do something about this week. All right, so what was I saying? We are gonna be here every morning and every afternoon. It's 7:20. All right, okay. So every morning, every afternoon, teaching ourselves music, right? And we'll be here every afternoon at 4. I really want to slide that to 5. The more I think about it, I really want to slide to 5 or 6. But I just did 7, so I don't really know. 6? I don't know. After 12 hours was, but yeah, I'm not feeling 7. And the days that begin to blur. I did a 7 a.m. show. Came home, did a 4 p.m. show, had my day, went to bed last night, woke up in the middle of the night thinking, did I miss the 4 p.m. show? Then I had to think back. I'm like, oh no, okay, I did it. All right. And that's weird. It's like my anticipation, even when I do it, my anticipation of it is, yeah, so I think I may have to delineate them more. So I wonder if this is how people who have regular TV shows like not Saturday Night Live, like no one has an everyday show, but like not news people, because they what am I looking for? I guess nighttime TV people, the evening come on man, you are not new to the language. Nighttime like TV hosts, like I'm about to say Adam Sandler. What is wrong with me? It's a guy, Colbert, and like in the old days it was Jon Stewart. So I figure like if you do that for as many years as they do they kind of get like, oh, what day is this? It's all blurring. So you can't ever understand why people leave a job like that. But then you go, after you have moments like this, you go, oh, I get it. Why he was only able to do 10 years of this, and now he's raising goats or whatever because he made a lot of them. But at the same time, it becomes sort of not, I want to say like Chinese water torture, but the days begin to blend, right? And my content, they have different guests and musical guests and movie star guests, and each one is different from every day. But I'm just here doing guitaring, and that could sort of become a thing. Today is the 25th day. We count these things. I've noticed other people have started counting their days now. All right. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Balding, pudgy, spiritually, I want to say enlightened, patriotically inclined, socially, I was going to say abstract, but I'm not really socially abstract. This society, how would you describe this society? And then how would I describe me in this society? Socially invested, I guess I'm socially invested. Even if I don't know you, I want your day to be good, your life to be good, because that means you're not likely to fuck with me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of miserable people, and they just can't wait to be cruel to somebody. So if you had people who had more going on in their life, you'd have less of those people running around, targeting women at work and just being assholes to any minority they can come across. And like I said, this is for everybody. I mean, my view is from this balcony, and this balcony is a black balcony connected to civil rights and Black history here versus being a African American who can be connected to anybody out like Africa or England or Haiti or Jamaica or the Caribbean, right? It's a different thing, and you can't interchange them. And the people are trying because they don't want to hear from us, and these other people don't talk about it, and that's what they want. Don't talk about it. Get rich in America. We'll bury it that way. We really need you to cut somebody's throat so we can get what we want, and it's more of that I see going on. And there's the fact that these mornings are clipping me. All right, so, and it's a work day, right? Gotta go to work. Anyway, that was 25 minutes of talk and smoke, and we haven't even picked up the guitar. Let's do that. Now all of a sudden I'm a little chilly. What is going on? It's supposed to be hot today. What's the temperature outside?
It's about 79 degrees outside.
It's 79 degrees already. What's the humidity outside?
The humidity is currently 85%.
What? All right. Okay, so we're gonna give you some health information now. 85%. That's freaking ridiculous. Y'all need to calm down. Y'all ruined this terrarium, by the way. Just wrecked it with all the bullshit. Look, I happen to think we have a couple of billionaires who shouldn't be billionaires and millionaires who shouldn't be millionaires because they've done all this sketchy shit to get money. And in doing so, like in the 70s, they would just bury toxic waste in places, in barrels, and no one ever goes to jail for this shit. And I'm of the mindset that when you find it, you should go back and lock everybody up from that boardroom. Jail should not only be for the poor. Oh my God. And now the environment is just disgusting. So remember, if it's above 80 degrees, it's going to be 90 today. And the humidity happens to be above, I want to say 65, 70. It's harder for you to sweat. Normally you sweat, cools you off. This way you don't sweat. It's sort of like being in an oven, breathing hot, moist air. And it's like living in a sauna and you can't sweat. And that can cause heat stroke because you'll begin to hyperventilate. So, costs $1, right? At any local hardware store, it comes in handy. Woo, woo. Right now, you may go, well, that's not melting. Yeah, no, there's a lot of humidity outside, but it's cold and cool, and that'll get you somewhere until you get into an air conditioning. And like I said, expect the whole thing to come down because when it's hot like this, everybody turns their air conditioning on. The young people don't have any discipline like myself, right? So let the old people cut the air conditioning on. Let people with young children cut the air conditioning on. But everybody's going to cut it on. And then the grid's going to go down. Then no one's going to have air conditioning. And I'm going to be sitting here going, I can't gain because every time I cut this comes on, it's jacked up. How's that? Is that better? I hope that's better. Good Lord. It was like up here. How's that? And it's pegging. Yeah, that is pegging the okay. Here you go. La, 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 la. Better, but low. But all right, how about that? All right, that's better. That's about midway, I want to say. Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right, so yeah, that's about midway. They just send you bullshit after bullshit after a trillion times, everybody, and then they lose your personal information and they tell you that you have to go and change all these passwords and do all this shit. And you're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't go to any weird website. You know what I mean? You let my information out into the world. And now you're telling me I have to fix it myself. They never pay any price. They never pay any price. And I'm completely for them paying a price. I know I'll pay a price because I talk like this. But, I've got a giant demon in my stomach from 9/11, so I kind of don't really care. I think at best, I don't even get into it. We all want to live long lives. right? But not all of us are gonna. And we know why. Uh, so yeah. Let's say good morning in the chat. If I say good morning in this chat, it doesn't go to all the other chats, which is fine. But I was like, huh. So if I'm hypercomic to this, it doesn't show up on. What if people are talking to me there? I have to respond verbally here, which is fine, right? But I don't know. It is what it is. All right, we've been streaming for 30 minutes. Morning streams normally go. Well, you guys should know this. Morning streams normally go to 8:15. Evening streams go as long as we want, as long as it's over 20 minutes. uh ugh. I don't know, man. I'm a little tired, a little cranky. My stomach hurts still. You know what I had for dinner yesterday? That's why my stomach hurts. After after the last night's show pod program, I don't even know what we're calling it. On stream, I was like, man, I'm starving, but I can't leave you to warm up stuff because that'll be like 10 minutes. I'm not leaving that long. I only ever leave like a minute, like 2 minutes at the max generally. So I ran in. I got some Snickers and some Reese's candies. And that was for dinner. I forgot after I got off stream, I neglected to eat. And now again, my stomach is wonky because I didn't eat. And what I did eat was trash. Oy. So yeah. It is what it is. I have to start. I have to get back on a exercise regimen because I'm telling you, I feel horrible. And I know why. It's one thing to go, oh, I feel horrible, and I need to see somebody because I don't know I know exactly what's going on. I just need to stop the goofiness. All right. Give me a second. Blueberry muffins. Put that here. Something to nibble on. All right. So what are we doing? We're not going to turn that up. We're going to do this afternoon. Oh. Oh man, I am wonky this morning. All right. You know what? I'm better at this. I mean, I was up at 5. Maybe that's the problem. I'm better at this when I get up at like 6:30, and I'm like, oh my god, I got a half an hour. Versus getting up at 5 and going, oh, I should have ate something. So we're gonna continue this. We're gonna cut up these little index cards, glue them down, put the little, what are these things called? I know they're finger placement markers. I just stopped that. Where's the all right, let's put this over here. Oh. The dots on the guitar fret are called fret markers. Really? Or inlays. That's the one I've heard. Inlays. These dots help guitarists find. Yeah, all right. Inlays. So we have to put, and you can't see it here. We actually could do it now because we have it's this and it's this, right? These are the two colors I use. All right, so that is, yeah. No, that's not right. I know this is the outside. This is for the writing of the letters. What did I use for the inside of this? You know, not yellow. Huh. All right, well. Well, I'm sort of goofy. I could use something else, but I'm not going to. I'm going to find what that was, just so all three of them don't look ridiculous. Oh boy! If we get up, we have to have more energy than this. How do you have more energy than this? How do you have more energy than this? Like, uh, you know, you bring in you bring in blueberry muffins, and you don't bring in a plate. I actually don't want muffins. Four muffins net weigh 15 ounces, 425 grams. So what is that? A little more than 3.5 ounces of muffin. You know what I miss? Bagels. You know how hard it is to get a good bagel around here? Stop looking for it. If you keep looking for it, yeah, this whole table needs to be cleaned off. Because now I've got stuff that I'm looking for. Artsy, make fartsy, and I can't freaking finds it. That plus the fact that I never hooked up this thing like I was supposed to. Maybe I should come up with like a. Did I even show it to you? Yeah. Ugh. It is gonna be. What's the temperature gonna be today?
The high for today will be 93 degrees, and the low will be 79.
Yeah. I should just stop crying about it, right? I mean, it's summer. You're crying about hot days. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. I have all that vegetable in there because I ate yesterday instead of chocolate. Like I'm some miserable housewife. I don't even know what happened. Mm-hmm. All right. So, oh, come on. All right. I'm a little. Let's try waking up the neighbors. So yeah, look, we're teaching ourselves guitar. We're doing it every day, 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Some days are like this because, like I said, 7 a.m. are shorter. They're like an hour and 20 minutes or so every day, except for Saturday and Sunday, where the 7 a.m. shows are as long as we friggin' want. And they generally roll around from 7 to, I want to say, about 10, right? Last Saturday went for 3.5 hours. These birds, man. Last Sunday went for one went for 3.5 hours, one went for like 3 hours, maybe a little longer than that. One went for 3 hours. I want to say four. I have four in my head, but I don't want to lie to you. But you can look it up because it was a freaking long time. Yeah, we're slowly getting it done. Even when we come out the gate like this, like 40 minutes of talking smoke. I mean, I woke up with a dream and like, what is wrong with America kind of shit. Mm-mm. This is where I made mistakes yesterday. So I think what happened was I was thinking about this yesterday while I was watching the Durango Kid. Oh, it's such a stupid movie, right? So he dresses in all black and he's got a black like silk mask, one because silk it looks good on TV. It's the 30s, right? Uh and he just shows him with his glittering guns and no one ever shoots him in the back. No one ever goes, snatches his, it's just goofy. It's just kind of like, why would you need a masked figure? It was very long rangery, the Durango Kid. It's so bad. It's so bad. Uh, all sorts of plot holes. Like if I made a superhero movie today about a guy who wanted to do well in his community and had no superpowers, I would have to explain to the viewing audience why no one shot him in the back or in the face or from a hidden location. You know what I mean? Uh, and that would end your movie really quickly, right? So one thing I learned in my screenwriting classes a trillion years ago is people like you buy the premise, you buy the bit, right? So that essentially means if the premise is ridiculous and you buy in, you can enjoy the movie, right? Howard the Duck is a ridiculous premise, right? A duck from outer space. Da, da, da. It wasn't a good movie, but it was a super popular comic book. That's why they made it a movie because it was a real super popular comic book. Um, and the comic book is the same thing. When I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" As a kid, and so I didn't mess with it because one of my superheroes have capes and be, decent plot. He's a giant duck, right? It's that you buy the premise, you buy the bit. If you don't buy the premise, you're just kind of like, this whole thing is stupid. So the Durango Kid, like the premise is ridiculous. First, the premise is sort of based on the Lone Ranger, but the idea of even the Lone Ranger had a sidekick, right? Tonto wasn't going to let somebody shoot the Lone Ranger in the back. This guy's out there by himself with his all black horse, dressed in all black in the desert, looking pristine all the time. And you look at these things, you don't realize it as a kid, but you watch it later with the adult eyes, and you're like, this is some of the gay shit I've ever seen. No disrespect, but like I can't, man. This is the problem. Another problem. People roll up and go, I'm a specialized class, and now you can't use any of these words just because we say so, right? The actual oppressed class don't even have that power, or people wouldn't be running around using nigger every place, would they? So it's just more of bullshit people demanding that you do something for them, and they rarely come out and do anything for you. So that's where I'm at in this modern era. And when in my younger days, I supported like the LGBT, right, lesbian, gays, bisexual, transgender. I was like, well, I guess I get most of that. Well, knock yourself out. Was it transgender? It was trans something, transvestite, trans something or other. It wasn't gender because you can't swap your gender out back then. It was transvest. I think it was men who like to dress as women, but it's nobody's business. All right, I agree with that. And now it's LBGTQREXB. You just keep adding people and saying, yeah, you gotta support these people. And the logical thing is, what happens when you get to a group of people that are absolutely abhorred, right? And that's what happened. Not that I abhor them, but it's the idea that, all right, I signed up for this, and you keep moving the bar. I'm not up with you moving the bar anymore. And then like, well, you're a racist. You like or homophobe or whatever. Oh, how convenient for you. I was down with you for 15 years. Now all of a sudden I'm the problem. I shouldn't have been with you at first, right? And then I started looking at how much you actually give in recompense for what you're doing here. I support you. Do you support me? No, you don't. No, you don't. So yeah, I mean, I was gentrified out of a few neighborhoods by the gay community in New York City. So I have absolute questions, and you have better have really good answers, other than you hate gay people, or you hate women, or you hate midgets, or you hate whatever. Because like when I talk about like the unfairness, and I always reference the body count. As you sit here telling me it's not racist, I reference the body count. As you sit here telling me I suffered like you suffered, I go, really? I reference the body count. They just passed this thing about, hey, Paul Perez, I wrote a way badass song better than anyone out there. Nice. What was the name of it? I'm from fucking New Mexico. I dig that. That would sound like the best New Mexico, like not national anthem. What's the state song? I'm from fucking New Mexico. I just got famous. Woo. Yeah, so yeah, it's about music and about sort of trying to have a little integrity in your life. And sometimes you got to walk away from stuff. Uh, I'm racist. Okay. Uh, so yeah, it's all the energy of, okay, Paul, what is going on here with you in the chat? Nobody's a racist because you think they're a racist. You just got here. The show's been running for a while. All right, there's always going to be an issue with people that you're going to have to deal with. So anyway, just hang out, man. Listen to what we're talking about and get the whole picture before you lose your. Yeah, here we go. So, it is what it is. And this is what the comment section for. You're going to get wild ass goofy people show up in the chat. So yeah, so mind you, I'm telling you my world story, right? So my story isn't your story, right? I'm telling you my issue. Why is he in this thing being ridiculous? Dude, it's not about you. You're showing up here making the thing about you. This is not a conversation between you and I. It's a conversation about some of the shit I went through in my life and why I support some things, why I don't, and why I'm playing guitar now, right? A lot of people just, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of people just fall in love with their own, oh, wait a minute. Fall in love with their own, I don't want to say nonsense, but they don't get better. They don't try and do anything of, what is this? Well, yeah, so oh, you're on my YouTube channel. All right, well, I don't really care about my YouTube. Well, I won't say that. Oh. So anyway, yeah. So the whole point is the whole point is what? The whole point is that people who you support should support you. That's essentially it in a nutshell. People who come through here know what I'm talking about. This Paul has an issue. Uh and that's it. That's it. What we want, is respect for everybody, obviously. And when people don't respect you, how can you support whatever they got going on here? Which is why, look at these birds, which is why we're teaching ourselves guitar online, right? Didn't we say this in the first few episodes? That and mind you, people, I'll tell you what I think, right? I mean, we've been, what is up with the picture? We've been at this for a minute. Maybe when we get a larger audience, you know, we'll be able to give back and forth. But that's what I used to love about bar life, right? You could have honest conversation instead of people showing up trying to shut down what you're saying, what you're thinking, what you're doing. And that's what happens when you don't have a good answer for stuff, right? So you just want to go, you're mean, you're bad, you're this, you're like, the place is a shit show, excuse me. The place is not a shit show, but the place has all sorts of problems because people are fraction, faction off into these little camps where you can't ask any questions, you can't say anything. You're immediately a racist or homophobe or anti-Semite or this or that or the other, and those kind of bombs sort of kill the conversation because then you stop talking about the topic and you go, well, I'm not an X, and then you get into why you have to defend yourself. So yeah. We invite you here for the combo, the goofiness here. Nobody wants you to show out and be an asshole because you're anonymous online. Although I would love to have it on my political podcast, we can actually go back and forth on that, which I really need to restart that political podcast. It was Fridays and it was good and it ran for a while, and now I stopped because a lot of stuff happened in the days, right? But, you know, the point of this channel is to learn music, right? To find people who want to learn music and get together and learn music slow and steady. It does not matter if there's a trillion people here. It does only matters if you're here. And obviously, I'm not trying to bring you along to my philosophy. I'm just letting you know what my head is, right? And the logic of how I got there, which is valuable. And so a lot of people will believe stuff, and you ask them why they believe that, and they don't know. Other people told them to believe it, right? A lot of people haven't cleared their head out from what their parents told them 1,000 years ago. And then you get another group from your friends, and you better make sure that your friends know what they're talking about. So it is Tuesday morning. Remember, you got one day behind you. Your weekend is coming. What do we always say? You gotta make friends, right? There was that poll that we discussed every morning for like the last week on this show, where that people don't have any friends, and just like we said, people, you can't make friends if you're an asshole. Quite frankly, you sort of got to put your guard down. But even as your guard is down, you don't need to be dark to people, right? If you meet somebody and you don't get along, that's fine. Go about your day. Go about your business. But making friends is a thing about knowing people, right? Of trying to get sort of an honest sense of somebody. And once you put your guard down, which is not your honest sense, not everybody's always in. Well, some people are perpetually aggressive and fighty, but most people, once they put your arm down, you can talk to them and have a conversation with them, have a meal with them, have a drink with them, come to terms with them. But if that implies you only have to do what they say, that's bullshit. And if that implies they only have to do what you say, that's bullshit. I mean, that thing said that no one had any friends. Think about that. So, okay, I recounted it every day. I recount it again, right? So there was a. I really just need to find it. There was a poll that asked like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, how many friends do you have? It gave the option of 1, 3, 5, 7, 10. Do you have 10 or more friends? Um, and 10 years ago, people who had one friend was like 20 people. I only have one friend. The people who had like more than 10 friends was like, 10 people. Like they have obviously party people had more than one friend. So now they do the same poll this year. And the people who had 10 friends are like 5 people. And the people who had one friend, the people who had one friend was like nobody, right? Some people don't even have one friend. And there's another thing that I correlated to somewhere around the 80s, all the money began to be siphoned upstream up to like the one percenters. So there's this gap of like the money that the country makes to grow and who gets it. So the middle class is sort of straight and sort of going down, but like the other art goes just straight up like a rocket ship, and that goes to like the 1%, the bankers and So know why you're poor, right? There's a lot of homeless people. It's not like they set out to be homeless; they set out to be crazy, right? Your government sets against you, and people your government is people, by the way. People set against you. Um, and now you have like California has a giant homeless population. You don't think that has anything to do with some of that money could have been in their pocket? Instead, it's all in the bank account of someone who's got $1 billion, right? And now it's all in an offshore account, right? You see what I'm saying? So you can't fix it like we were saying, right? Unless you run for office. Go ahead. God bless you. But in your daily personal life, you can't fix it. You really can't. So what you have to do, like I follow politics my whole life. Like I was saying, after the last 10 years of following politics, what did I get? I got new insight, but I don't really have anything. This way, in 10 years, playing guitar, you know what I'll have? Guitar skills, right? I'll be a guitar player. I'll be able to strum anywhere and pick up a song that I like and play that. And that's valuable. That's the actual thing that you're getting in the world versus perpetually an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I have an opinion. I'm sharing it with you. You have an opinion. You have a opinion that is opposite to mine, like Mr. Paul Perez in the chat. That's fine, but no, I'm not interested in yammering it out with you online, and I'm not interested in yammering it out with you in public. I used to do that. I'm too old to do that now. Now I'm just off to guitar work. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all guys are in the same position. So I'm like, yeah, pick up an instrument or that discipline, write that book you want to write, poetry, short stories, a great romance novel, a science fiction novel. I support you in doing that because in 10 years you will have done something, right? You would have left something, God forbid you're not here, for people to read and go, wow, this is great. Versus, me being gone tonight and just leaving a political opinion, which is bullshit, quite frankly, versus me being gone in 10 years or so. Let's just see if I get 10 years. Then I'll be able to have left some sketchy music stuff from the beginning, some decent music stuff in the middle, and some maybe pretty okay stuff at the end of music, right? And then you can sit there and go, oh, that note was horrible, or that was good, or these lyrics were bad, and that's a little more. It's a little more. That's I think that's better for your soul, essentially, right? What are we doing? We're taking a nugget of music, we're planting it in our soul, and we're watering it, like I say, with good, with discipline. So every morning we're here trying to do the thing. Every afternoon we're here trying to do the thing, talking loose about politics and politicians, but not talking loose about our neighbors. Talking why I don't support people anymore, and I don't think it's a wild accusation, right? And not about silly aggression. I mean, aggression gets you more aggression. And I think a stroke, if you really want to know. That's right. Right. And then here is this. It's this. No, it's this. No, it's this. Then it's this. All right, so that was that was that was not good. But remember, for the last week, we've been sort of fighting it out with trying to get this in our head, trying to remember these guitar chords uh, and these guitar riffs. And again, like I said in this chat and every chat, man, life is weighing you down. Instead of going, I hate this, I hate that. Everybody loves a musician. Everybody loves to play an instrument. Like, it only takes about 1.5 years to actually get in it. Get it. Get at it. Get in it. Give it a shot. It takes about, by my count, it takes about 1.5 years to learn the guitar. Don't be hateful. I know people think that it's hateful because I don't support everything they support. Fuck you, shut up. I just told you why I didn't support it. I didn't say I don't support it because God said this or that. I don't support it because, when I need you to come and support me, you are nowhere to be found. That's why I don't support it. So yeah, you want my support, you better fucking show up, and you don't. Yeah. You better watch it because people will take what you say and flip it around so they can feel better about what was said. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, nothing like room temperature coffee. Where is this thing? Man, I have got to tell you, I think I'm not going to say I hit a wall. I'm not going to say I think I hit a wall. I think I need to, like we said yesterday, I need to shore up this practice to make it an actual, I'm about to say processable, but that's processed cheese. An actual what's the word I'm looking for? It's got to. I'm lost for a word, but we have to come up with a practice schedule that is driven to succeed, right? Like progress. It can't be. I mean, mind you, we've only been doing this for like 25 days or so. So all of this is new, super new to us, which is fine. But we can't continue like this. We have to have a honest system where we learn chords, keys, songs, musical notes. Oh, excuse me. And I think that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. Because I got to tell you, man, I really think I hit a wall with this thing. It's been a week. We should have had it and we didn't get it at all. Well, not at all. We got some of it. Oh man, am I going to sneeze? This happened yesterday and no sneeze came. Actually, that's not true. Sneeze came at like 4 in the afternoon. We're not going to sneeze. All right. So, you know what? Like I said, if you learn music, it's an extension of you. So your ideas are going to be different from other people's ideas. Your song's going to be different. What would your voice sound like if you knew music, right? And I'm not talking about singers. I'm talking about if you picked up that piano again. I mean, you can buy a piano keyboard that sounds like a grand piano nowadays for like $200, right? So you can get back in it if you want it. Maybe you play the horn or the trumpet, right? Maybe you always wanted to play the horn or the trumpet. Maybe you wanted to play the guitar. Maybe you do play the guitar and you put it down for like 1 year or 2 or 5, right? All these things are just great things and they're already in you, and you should double up on it because yeah, we wanna get good at that music shiz, and we're running at it instead of talking politics all the time. So yeah, that's where we're at. We've been streaming for an hour. Normally the stream goes for another 15 to 20 minutes. Morning streams, people, it's just for coffee. and to remember to have music in your heart. Normally we talk a little politics. Um, that's fine. We talked a little politics today. What I think is wrong with the world. Gave you some information about uh, black folk and what the problem is there. Gave you a little personal information about, and I've said this before on this channel. I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not trying to be something that I am not. Um, who I used to support and why I don't support them anymore. Uh, what we need for tomorrow, and since none of us are, what's the word I'm looking for? Politicians are in any way to change it. The only thing it does is just kind of like sits in our craw and makes us worse, right? Yeah, we need universal health care. Yeah, we need better policing. Yeah, we need better chance to go to colleges, right? Yeah, they need to do something about the border. Yeah, they need to do something about the food made in America, right? Um, all these things are important, but I can't change them. I don't think you can change them. We go out into the street, we protest, we march for 50 years. No one seems to care. But this way, instead of having Ajit and getting a heart attack and a stroke, right? This is better. This is music. And then you can write a song about how they suck, or how you are great, or how they are great, or whatever your worldview is. My whole thing is, no matter what your worldview, I think it's probably better with music um, versus guns and bombs and I hate you shit, right? So, where's the phone? So today was like a day like yesterday. Tomorrow I'm gonna make sure I have some freaking fruits and vegetables in the house to snack on because I can't snack on chocolate. And remember, you are the only one of you there is, and you are valuable, intelligent, and unique in the world, right? Like I say on this show all the time. If God made you, he made you out of clay. That's an extraordinary thing. If you do not believe in God, then the cosmos made you. You are made of stardust and all this cosmic energy, and that's good. I don't see in either one of those scenarios how you, like I say, are not this incredible creature. So being an incredible creature, you should not live in complete abject anger and animus because nothing that seemed to be flowing. You may have to look inside and get some of that discipline that you have in there to do something to change your worldview. Oh, nothing changed you like being good at something, right? So you might be good at this. You might be good at painting. You might write that novel. All that discipline stuff in your head, stuff, that internal stuff, even though they tell you don't keep looking inward, all that stuff is good for you. All of that stuff is good for you. Uh, I mean, who doesn't like music? You have a lot of favorite movies, but you got more favorite songs, right? And who's to say your song wouldn't be one of my favorite songs? Who's to say whether you sing it or you write it, right? And plus, just learning it is fun. I think this milk is sort of not awesome anymore. It's probably got another 2 days in it. All right, so we're gonna crash this. Yeah, we are going to crash this thing out in 5 minutes, and then I will see you at 4 for more Guitari. I like these morning sessions. Every now and then they sort of go off the rails. So, yeah, it went off the rails. People I'm not even sweating it. People mistake stuff, and that's fine. They can mistake stuff. But at the end of the day, what he was a comic coming in to cause us some shit, and we dealt with it, right? Just silence him or ban him. I don't care. Because again, this is not my political show. You want to come to my political show, I'll absolutely humor that. But we're not humoring mean bullshit from randoms on the internet. Because it's not what we are. We're not a hate group talking bullshit. We're just saying, I don't believe this anymore. And this is how I came to that conclusion. It'd be one thing if you came in the chat with like, really? Well, you shouldn't give up so much. Maybe you should and engage me on the topic versus how dare you not do what I want you to do, which is never going to work with people. Just like I'm saying, how dare you not pick up a guitar? What the fuck is wrong with you? You stupid? That would never work. I'm slowly encouraging you. Maybe I'll get one person a month. I'm going to be here for 1,000 days. So if this ends up with 10 regular viewers, that's going to be worth it, right? Yeah, you'd like to have 1 billion views or whatever the metric is, but that's not what we're doing here. I'm not selling you t-shirts and trying to be internet famous. I'm trying to learn the guitar with company, essentially. We're all different. We're not the same thing. Just because you want something doesn't mean someone else wants that thing. And just because you're standing where he's standing doesn't mean you got to that position the same way, right? You could have came from opposite sides of the beach to face the water, to face the horizon. And how you got there is valid as long as you didn't murder and hurt anybody to get there, right? Your journey is valid. How dare someone tell you your journey is not fucking valid because they're supposed to know so much? I mean, I'm sick of those people, which is why I'm playing guitar on stream. Even though we didn't play a lot today, good Lord. I do feel better. That first run through was sort of where it was supposed to be. You want to try it one more time? Let's try it one more time, because yesterday was 4 hours of I don't want to call it fuckery, but it was fuckery. I could not seem to figure it out. And I also learned found a new learn the fret thing. We were going to go over that this month to make sure, because we know it, but we don't know it. And this new thing that I found, I was real super impressed by it. Let's see if I can run through it now. So E string, top E string, this is F, this is G, A, B, this is C, right? So the G, A, B leads to the top, the fifth string, second fret, right? Second fret. So this is G, right? This is A, B, right? Up here is C, D. Wait, do I have this right? Right, this is E. This is G, right? This is A, G, A, B. This is A. That's wrong. I'm getting it wrong. I'm gonna run through it again, make sure I know it cold before I do what I did with this and muck up the fingering. And I know what happened. Remember, we analyzed what we did wrong here. So what I did was I thought I had it and I didn't have it, but we played it and then we tried to play it backwards, and that backwards thing sort of messed up how we were going descending the fretboard in the first place, because I didn't know the descension. I didn't know the descending chord notes as well as I should, and I definitely didn't know it at all climbing back up the fret. We're going to do that today. We're going to knock this out. We have to know this fretboard to do what we're doing, right? We're on a 1,000-day journey, and the first half of that is a year and a half, and we check and we fiddle every 90 days for it. So we're on our mission. And like I said, if I offended you with some of my political, please engage me in the chat, but don't be an asshole. You ain't gonna, yeah. So it is what it is, man. Some people are miserable and they're super bold on the internet, and some people are miserable in life and they're super stupid in reality. And you're gonna have these people, and you have to deal with them. You can't make them make you mad, then they own you, right? Just move and do your thing. And what is your thing? I hope it's music. Maybe it's singing. Maybe it's writing. But whatever that discipline is for you to sit down and write that novel so I can buy it in the bookstore, or that poetry. I like poetry book. If you write poetry, you might as well write songs. What you learn music and poetry, you're off and running. You should definitely be trying to pick up a musical instrument where you can sing. Maybe not a horn, but you can sing and play the guitar. You can sing and play the piano. You can sing and play the drums. Sing and play the xylophone. Yeah, you got mad options. Don't be so happy to sit there and be miserable in this government system because it wants you to hate this person, hate that person. Everybody's aggressive for no reason. Yeah, people internalize nonsense the way they do. Even if you're trying to correct the record, they don't want to hear it because they're so invested in you being wrong and then feeling good for being right. even though they're right for all the fucking wrong reasons, right? Uh, tis what it is, baby bubba. It is what it is. Oh, bubble, bubble, bubble boy. All right, it is 8:15. We've been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. We stream generally for about an hour and 15 minutes in the morning, 7 to 7:15, so people can get their day started with a little music, hopefully a little conversation. We'll be here tonight, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk about our day, and we'll try and come up with the schedule. We're going to do the schedule today, so we will always have something to do. Always have something to do. Yeah, we're going to do the schedule today. I need to buy magnetic paint because I got these magnets, so I sprayed on the cardboard, put tape on it, and also I have to. I also have to do the frets so we can learn music. So yeah, we're good. We're not slow and steady wins the race. We're steady, right? And we're not. It's not a race to win. It's a destination to get to. So some days we'll move fast, and other days, some days it'll be a little slower. But we'll go together, and at the end of it, we'll be musical in varying stages. You may be pick it up now and be the best fucking guitarist anybody ever heard, and you picked it up late, or you learned it online, or however you came to your greatness, right? And other people are just plucking away, in obscurity, happy that they learned the guitar, and now they're going to teach it to their kid, who may want to be a rock star or a music teacher or whatever, right? We need to somehow get music back into place, because I really do think that music changes how you view the world, and will probably make you not less of anything. It will just enhance you in some fantastic way. And like I said, you don't have to change the music you listen to. You don't have to change your politics. We just want you to pick up an instrument, with a little less fucking schoolboy drama, right? A little less nonsense. We know we all don't get along great, but hey, if someone bears their soul and tells you something, don't be an asshole about it, right? You can take it on if you disagree in a way that is respectful and stern if you want to be, but don't be an asshole, right? All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it is 8:20. We are out of here. 4 p.m. show, as always, is at 4. There you go. It used to be at 7. It's not at 7 anymore. It's at 4. We are discussing amongst ourselves to move it to 5. I don't know. I mean, if you could watch at work before you sneak off to drive home. I think 5 is drive time, right? So you might move to 6, but we just had it at 7. I don't know. I mean, the 4 o'clock show is causing me no end of agita. I don't know really where to place it. But it's going to be sitting there easily for the next month until we figure it out. I'm going to thank all of you for swinging through. I hope I see you at 4. In the meantime, we all got to go to work. We all got to slave in the mines, work or school, right? Try and keep some music in your head. Maybe look up some music stuff. Maybe you're thinking about how much does it? I was going to buy a mandolin. Thank you for helping me not buy a mandolin, because, man, do I need yet another musical instrument in here? But if I had a mandolin, I'd be able to drive around and have it sit on my chest and at the red light be like, that's probably not good, but it's got to be better than texting, right? Everybody, but if you pull up next to the light and I'm pretty sure people would be like, yeah, boy, what a ridiculous thing that is. That's the thing I haven't seen, and maybe you should see more of that versus the texting and the driving. All right, I got love for you, even though I don't know you personally. Got love for you. I wish you well. I absolutely wish you well, because if I wish you well and you do well, life is better, right? I don't have to worry about you. But I only wish you well if you're not out. If you're out here wishing other people well. If you're out here causing all kind of mayhem and disaster in people's life, I don't wish you well. I wish you karma and fate, and I wish it to you immediately. But if you're not that person, then I wish you well, because if you do well, I don't have to worry about you sneaking up behind me because you're doing well, right? And I would hope that you wish people well, and eventually we'll hit this head where everybody's is wishing and doing well, that there are fewer people out here feeding on each other, right? You're always going to have people at the bottom, but man, our bottom, which should be this, right? It's like this now, just because all the money has been swept up to the top, and very little down here for us regular folk. But we can't change it. You can run for office. I'm not. If you run, I'll support you. But in 10 years of this, I'm going to be looking at what? Being a musician versus 10 years of more political debates. And I think this and you think that. And that's where we're at. That is exactly where we're at. And to do some good thing tomorrow for today. Hold on. I got to do one stupid thing. Oh, can I do it this way? Yeah, I can. Oh, I have to copy and paste a link. Is this gonna work? This is gonna work. Holy moly! All right. Let's put that there. Well, I normally do this afterwards. We can just drop that there. We can put this here. Oh wow. Okay. We can get on with our day. Nice. Oh wow. Okay. That actually worked out. I'm pleasantly surprised that worked out like that. All right, so woo. Okay, so we are going to stay here, close this for just a moment, and we're going to throw up to this afternoon's title show as I talk to you because I've found a way to do that, and I like to do that now. And because we are going to be here. Come on, man. Styling AF. Okay, so this whole thing just shot dead on me. I guess, am I gonna have to close one of these? This app is so, I want to say temperamental, but temperamental is not the word I'm looking for. All right, we're not even gonna do it. It's obviously wonky AF. All right, so that's fine. I guess we'll have to do it as I get off. I was able to do it yesterday. I'm not able to do it today. Oh boy, we're later than I want to be. All right, it's an hour and 22 minutes, one of the longer morning streams. I apologize for that. I'll put up the evening stream, 4 p.m. In the next 3 minutes. Well, next 3 minutes. And within 3 minutes of me leaving this chat. I'm going to thank all of you. Even the knuckleheads who showed up and were ridiculous for no reason. It's 7 a.m, and that's the thing, right? Do you not have your coffee, or are you like 12 and just messing with people on the internet before you go to school? This is why I can no longer put enough energy in it to hate anything online. I'm just kind of not dealing with it. Right? So there you have it. We will see you tonight. Wow, that's interesting. That is really interesting. My state is the #1 state for business. I should do a show about the right to work states because they always name their state something really great, like the right to work, and it's anti-union. It's, you just kind of like, okay, you said it's the right to work, but is it really the right to work? No, it's the right to be fired, the right to not have a union. That's what the right to work. It implies that unions prevent you from working. Right? No unions, you know what? You'll be making $3 a week. That's the freaking truth. And I'm a union guy, but not all unions are honest, right? I mean, look at the Teamsters history for a while there. People at the top getting super rich and playing weird games with the money. I mean, corruption is everywhere. It's not like your church can't ever be corrupt, your union can't ever be corrupt, your state can't ever be corrupt. You just gotta watch out. And like I said, we're little fish. We can't change any of this, but we can make our own personal day-to-day lives happier. And I think some of that is music. Some of that is better friends. I gave a speech about friends yesterday, right? Please have friends. I know, and I mentioned it this morning, but the idea that people don't have friends, you need all sorts of things to have friends. Some of it is a little spending money so you can go to the movies or go to this thing. And the society has taken all the money and locked it up to the super rich. So even something small like going to the movie, then I don't know who goes to the movie. I think the days of movies are over. It was a good run. You had 100 years. But now it's not going to go away because everybody's got cell phones and desktops and laptops. You can make your own movie, right? Ooh, maybe we'll do that in 1,000 days. How to make a movie in 1,000 days, edit and all that shit. Be interesting. All right, this is going to be an hour and a half. No, it's an hour 25 now. We are going to crash this thing out. I want to thank you. I want to thank Haps. I appreciate every streamer. I want to thank YouTube. Like me, like and subscribe on YouTube. True Armor. True S Armor on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. And Karma Armor on on Twitch. Please like me and Twitter. Please like me and subscribe to me, and watch me game on Twitch and talk smoke on Twitch. I think that's it. I wish you well. I will see you all. Oh, good Lord, it's later than I thought. I will see you all this afternoon. All right. Hopefully, I will see you all this afternoon. Until then, hope the wind is at your back, and I hope today plays out well for you.